How cool is that?
Unbelievable.
And then if you want to get out, that's a handle.
If you want to get out.
There you go.
I don't want to get out. I don't want to get out. This is freaking unbelievable helicopter.
I'm Jason Abraham, and welcome to the Mendota Ranch.
That way.
And those utility seats, so they're just more of the, I've seen like the just kind of the like little light fabric kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's like it has like a 1 inch of foam on
Perfect.
there, and it's very, very simple.
That would be what I'd want. And I like this because then you can wipe the gunpowder off of this.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, does this have an extra headliner in it or
It
not?
does. This has an extra headliner. It basically just covers up the composite roof. It's painted black, the standard, and this one has air conditioner in it, so you'll get that with it. It does clean it up in here. That is about 16 pounds though, so
jeez,
it's a lot of weight for just to cover up a few bolts that you don't really look at, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So,
but it does clean it up and makes it look real nice.
I've got a shooting range that's about 50 miles long, just for a helicopter. Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, no, we're on it. Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
And so so he's wanting to do that in Vegas.
Cool.
But I was telling him, I said, well, the altitude's pretty high there. We want a 44 is probably not going to work.
I gotcha.
So I was telling him about this helicopter here, and
Absolutely.
so there might be a deal. There might be a deal worked where we have a fleet of them, like two there, one here, and we rotate them in and out.
That's cool.
Busy.
So they usually fly to Amarillo and then just you pick them up there or hop them up?
Hey, I usually, I tell them just drive their ass down here. Yeah. Apparently the FAA has a problem with me picking people up.
Ah, I see.
They think I'm charging.
Oh, because you don't have a 135.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
They want me to get a 135.
Do they?
Yeah, I don't want to get one.
I don't blame you. It's a lot of paperwork. So in 2010, we stopped making the JetRanger. We were selling about 10 a year. They were about 1.8, 1.9. We had made them for 50 years, right?
Yeah,
and they finally just got, demand
Just
got low.
Outdated.
So we stopped making them. Then Robinson came out with the R66. They sold 190 of them in 1 year, and we were like, holy cow, you're getting into our territory now, in the short light single market. And so we decided that we were going to get back into that, but we needed to get to market quickly, and we realized that the price point was very important. So what we aimed to do was $1 million helicopter, and in 2014 we announced the 505. We used the Long Ranger drivetrain, so it's the Long Ranger blades, transmission, tail rotor drive shafts, tail rotor gearbox, tail rotor blades, and we partnered that with the Arius 2R. It's a variant of the 2F, a little over 500 shaft horsepower. But you can use all that now because you have the Long Ranger gearbox. So versus the 317 horsepower transmission in the JetRanger, right? But the biggest piece of this that we wanted was the dual channel FADEC. So you'll see today, there's no roll throttle. It's just a switch on the collective.
That's crazy.
And it's just super simple. And then obviously the Garmin 1000, we had that in the 407, so we put that in the 505. Now, after serial number 300, it's the NXI, so the latest variant, so faster, quicker, brighter displays. And then, of course, all the options you can get with traffic, synthetic vision, terrain awareness, and then you can pair it with like a 345R transponder and get all the ADS-B in as well. So we kind of designed it to be modular in manufacturing, but also easy to work on maintenance-wise. So all these panels are composite side body panels, and they're just removable. And you have a tubular truss structure that supports all the equipment, the engine, the transmission, the hydraulics, and all the avionics as well. So everything's on that. So when we manufacture it, we build up the truss structure and we attach it to we attach the tail boom and we attach it to the composite fuselage. So it's fairly simple design, and kind of.
So what? Now you broke it up in 3 stages on the overhaul crap.
From a maintenance perspective, it does follow the MSG3, which is maintenance steering group, kind of zonal inspections like the major airliners use. You have 100 hours still and stuff like that. But the tubular truss structure is a retirement part, along with when the engine gets overhauled. So that's at 3,000 hours. So the idea and the thought process was, hey, you're going to have to pull your engine out at 3,000 to overhaul it. Go ahead and replace your truss structure and put it back together, and then you're good for another 3,000 hours.
Right.
So other than that, all the retirement lives and overhauls are the same on the
Long
on
Ranger.
the Long Ranger component.
Right.
So none of that's changed. About 2 years ago, we did increase the calendar life on the TT straps to 4 years from 3. So you get a little added benefit there. Yeah.
What,
So
are you limited on starts like the 44 or 66? You limited on starts on cycles?
The way that Safran Turbomeca does their starts and their RIN cycles is an algorithm. So it really just depends on the profile that you fly.
Right.
So it's not as easy as saying like, hey, on the Rolls-Royce engine you have X number of starts or X number of cycles. I can't answer that directly because it's more, pulling power and different sorts of torque events essentially is how they label it. So to answer that is a little more complicated than just a number. But I'll say Sacramento PD has, they're going through their overhaul on their first engine and they timed it out to 3,000 hours.
Okay.
So, sometimes they have more than 1 start per hour. They don't just go up and patrol for 2 hours and fly. They'll go fly a call and come back and shut down. So,
oh, really?
That sort of flying is getting them to 3,000 hours.
Tell me about the CG. I kind of get confused. The hook can lift a lot. Then I figure out you don't have a whole lot of carrying capacity in the cabin. Is it a CG deal? Do you just need to move weight, or what are we doing?
It starts out as a basic helicopter with 15 pounds of internal useful load.
Right.
So from 3680, you're starting at 2180.
Right.
And then as you add kits and accessories, the weight comes up. So the way this one's equipped, it pretty much has every kit that we offer except that baggage door, as well as the movable ballast kit. I'll show you that. That's an option. You're looking at roughly 1,300 internal useful load
here.
inside.
Okay.
External gross weight is 800 pounds higher than internal. So you'll see today we'll be at max gross weight with a full bag of gas and everybody in here, and it'll be it'll pick up and be like 65% torque. So you have
So that's
so
awesome.
much margin.
Yeah.
You can lift a lot more on the hook.
So with this engine here on a hot summer day like today, are you going to temp out or are you going to torque out?
Normally it's NG.
Really?
The way this engine is, it really just can't suck enough air.
Yeah. Okay.
But it will
that's
bounce between those temperatures.
that's normally what you'd expect. Like the 66, I never could temp it out. I'd torque it out before first, but
Yep.
the 66, it's got some problems.
I got
My biggest problem with it was the turbine lag, and that's why I sold my 66 because it's got, when we're down and dirty, you don't have time to wait
to let it come
half an
back.
hour for the freaking power to come back in.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if it was just Trey says it's all of them, but mine was terrible,
Okay.
and I freaking hated it.
How this one does today.
We'll yank this sunbuck around.
He'll let you do it. He'll make sure you don't break it.
We'll yank it around. Tail rotor authority. What do you think on the tail rotor?
It is, being that it's a Long Ranger, it's longer. The tail boom is longer than the JetRanger, so it's just got a ton of authority. We've done demonstrations of 30 knots sideways, so it's pushing you.
That's where I live, is 30 knots, 40 knots sideways.
There you go. Well,
Because
we'll
guys
try it
hanging out, we're shooting the whole time, so I'm out of trim all the time.
Well, and it sounds like that's what we're going to do today.
Yeah. Well, it is a pretty ass helicopter.
So let's talk about the CG a little bit.
Yep.
Most people and how they fly, they don't need the movable ballast kit. Everybody likes to get it just so they have it. At least all the ones I've been getting orders on lately have it. But most people, what I do is I say, what's your normal flight scenario, right? The only reason you get the movable ballast kit is for extreme envelope changes. So if you're a light pilot and you go from one guy wanting to fly it somewhere and then you're going to load a bunch of people up and let them off, that's where you'll run into that CG being too forward or too aft. But most of the time, you can just put a fixed weight on the back and
be done.
you're good to go.
Yeah.
And if you put if you're going to fly a lot of people normally and then you need to ferry it somewhere, just throw a backpack or a shot bag up on the front, just like an old Cessna, that'll do the same thing,
Yeah.
right? So the movable ballast kit just gives you more flexibility and just easier to do.
Right.
The other thing about it is with the G1000, weight and balance is all built in So you literally can plug in everything you're going to do and see where your CG is. And fuel burn's not really an issue on this helicopter because it's right underneath the CG, so it doesn't really change it much with burn off. But the deal with changing the weights, you know, you can plug in if you want to change the weights, you can see exactly how it's going to fold out. So it's a nice feature.
Yeah, my world is I load up fuel, fly empty to the range, pick guys up, throw 2 heavy guys in here with 30 pounds of guns and ammo, go shoot.
So it may be beneficial to have that.
It sounds like it's something I might need.
Absolutely. So,
or either, unless we can just throw some weight, because it'll obviously with 2 guys and me, it's going to carry the weight. So you might just be able to leave the weight in there and just be good.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's more so when you're flying by yourself that it may be, hey, you need to have a shot bag up front and coordinate that way.
I carried shot bags forever.
It's funny. It's like some of these guys that buy the helicopter now, they're like, I don't want to put a shot bag up there. And you're like, what?
I've got a shot bag I've had for, when did you teach me how to fly? 30 years ago. It's like I've been carrying this shot bag around with me for, it's like part of the family now. It's like, yeah, it's like my baby.
What's that movie with Tom Hanks and that ball?
Yeah.
My son's shot.
Yeah. I was like, hey, don't be kicking my shot bag. You poke a hole in my baby over here. Yeah.
Just slides right out.
Slides out.
You pop it out, you slide it out, and then you come back here.
Oh, same deal.
So
even
same
better.
deal here,
Yeah,
right?
I got you.
So you have more redundancy here. You've got this. You've got to unclip the pin and the latch.
Okay.
So and then you've also got the dynamic ballast, which is basically
Just
I call it a
vibrator.
shake weight, but it's just dampening the vibration from the tail rotor before it gets into the cabin.
This is a Long Ranger tail rotor here?
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, everything is Long Ranger. The flight control system is new to the 505 as far as the controls themselves, but all the dynamic components are all Long Ranger.
Dang.
So we do make if you don't get the movable ballast kit, we do make an optional tail rotor gearbox cover that covers all this up. This is nice because you can see if stuff's leaking and fluid levels and everything like that. So that's easy. This is on high gear, so you get about 7 inches more ground clearance.
Yep.
Makes it a little harder to see the fluid level, but still pretty easy.
That's exact skids that I want.
Perfect.
That's and the hook and everything. So the hook's right on the CG line
That's
too.
right. So the hook, it doesn't change. The load on the hook doesn't change CG at all. So regardless of what you're doing there. But we've done sea level. We've done a 144 gallon Bambi bucket, which is roughly 1,300 pounds of water with 2 pilots and half a bag of gas and climb.
Wow, that's at sea level.
That's sea level, yep.
144 gallons. So we'd be probably, me by myself in this part of the world, probably 120 gallons, something like that.
Okay.
I was thinking this thing would lift almost like a 530 F would.
Yeah, very similar. Yep, very similar performance-wise.
My 500, I had a 500. I flew for a long time, and
Okay.
I liked it, but it was expensive to operate. You know.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Just old technology. And you got some leg room there, huh?
Yeah, and the
Man.
seat's actually in the aft position. So
You scoot it forward.
Currently, the seat has to be locked in the forward position for flight.
Okay.
We are going to make a kit that extends the seat tracks back so that you can slide it back for really tall people. But the reason we did this is the keel beams under the floor, we have these support structures, and we basically utilize try to keep the empty weight down by only supporting it for the crash worthiness of the seat. So yeah.
No, you don't.
Lots of leg room.
You don't have to give me extra leg room. I'm all good about. I'm all good about that.
But that's really just for ingress egress. It's easier to get in and out with the pillar here.
The G1000s. I don't really give a shit about that.
You're looking outside, man.
Yeah, I'm down and dirty and outside. I mean, I get it, but like. Oh, I sold my 500 to a young guy, and he's like, I got a G1000 in there, and I'm like, dude, you got to look outside.
Yeah.
Buddy. He spent $100,000 putting it in. I was like,
oh my gosh. The biggest thing with the G1000 that we love is just for bad weather days, right, or marginal days where you've got the synthetic vision, and we do a lot of cross country stuff, so it's nice to have.
And you got to have. I mean, you can't order a dummy down deal.
Well, you can. but you're still getting a G1000.
Right, I got you.
The Avionics upgrade has the synthetic vision, the traffic, and the HTOS.
That brings up. So if you're long lining and I'm in here by myself, can I long line from this seat here?
Yes, sir. Left or right seat PIC from the factory. The only thing you can't do is you can't remove the right side controls.
Right.
So left side controls are removable. Right side has to stay in, but you can fly it PIC from either seat.
Right. Now, you've got some pretty cool mirrors that you can mount up here too. I've seen those.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yep. Left or right side.
Yeah, that'd be one of them deals. You might get in there and you might be fine over in that other seat.
Yeah.
Just.
Obviously, we have a lot of guys that love long lining out of this side. Just Bell products, the way the helicopter sits, and then just having the collective in your armpit when you're looking over. It just makes it so much easier.
That's what I loved about my 500. It's just you're leaning over your collective,
Yep.
you know, the whole time, and
Absolutely.
then 44, you're leaning away, and then the hook's actually even off. It's off away from you, farther than center line, and so you're like,
And I know you're shooting a lot, but are you doing a lot of long line stuff as well?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh,
So
okay.
I do chemical applications, and it's all
okay.
external load, and I do
okay.
firefighting too.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, so I do a lot of
Little of
external load.
everything, okay.
Yeah, I do a lot of external load.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah, my spike deals. I mean, I'm the only guy in town that does spike. So if there's
explain that to me. I've never heard
so
that term.
so spike is a pellet
Yeah.
that you spread, kills brush and stuff.
Oh, it has like the
yeah.
the drum that it's like a deer feeder underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Stand
Yep,
out.
yep. So we do like prairie chicken stuff for
Yeah.
prairie chickens, and
Okay.
I'll do 5,000 or 6,000 acres a year of it.
Holy moly,
Yeah.
okay.
So
You
and
do a
then
lot of work on
I've got a patent. I invented a chemical ball that we actually shoot and kill cedar trees, and so I got a bunch of chemical companies trying to buy my patent right now on that. But so that's
Cool.
applicated from the helicopter too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Well, I
it's
got a few of those in the hill country. I need to learn that.
no, we'll be maybe next year it'll be on the market maybe.
That's cool.
Yeah. So,
So you see this little lollipop
Yep.
moved up here? So it's going to go up. That's a low rotor. They cannot hear that in the back.
Oh, they can't hear
So
that.
if you got
Okay.
passengers in the back, they don't get freaked out.
Yep.
So anything that's a caution warning advisory, red is the warning, yellow is an advisory, and green is just information system
Alright.
status. Yep. So we're at 104. We're ready to go, man.
All right, here we go. I'm just gonna take a running start here.
Okay.
I
Sounds
will.
good.
All right.
And if you want to communicate, there's a little half moon. Instead of pulling it towards you, just press down on it with your index finger, and that transmits that.
Is that a transmit?
Yep. TX is transmit.
What are we? Helicopter 96 Romeo. We're on the go from the ramp to be southbound Canadian.
Good on power, good on power. If you need a little bit more, you could. You can get into the yellow for
So,
5 minutes,
For 5 minits?
as long as you're below 60 knots. Yes, sir.
Oh. So if I go 5 minutes and come down for 2 seconds and go back for 5 minutes?
That's right.
No way.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at that Garmin. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is
So the
sweet.
synthetic vision is a good product. I recommend, especially if you fly low-level
Yep.
flying power lines, and you know how often cell towers pop up.
So,
Here's some cool features, right? We got a map display system. I got a VFR sectional that I can actually roll
Yep.
in and out. So that's kind of cool. I also have a traffic map, right? And so I tell people, these are books, right, with the outer bezel.
yep.
These little ones right here, those are my chapters of the book. Okay, so I can
Okay.
go to waypoint. If I were to put direct into like we did here, it'll give you all the information. You can actually activate this cursor and bring it down and say, hey, I want to listen to AWAS. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to put it in standby or active. I hit enter again. It's in standby, and away we go.
Alright, here, and I got my gauges over here too.
That's correct. So that is a little inset of what this page is right
I
here.
got you. Okay.
This is your ground speed, right? So we've got a little bit of a headwind. This actually has a wind indicator. So it's going to tell you where your winds are coming from.
Sweet.
This is your roll, right? You got a pitch ladder. This is your altitude. And then this is your VSI.
Caution, wire.
So you can hear that, right? That wire
Yep,
wire? They
yep.
cannot in the back. So
Caution,
if I was concerned,
wire.
then I hit enter. Oh, whenever it pops up, you
Caution, wire.
enter.
Warning.
So it's going to give you,
wire.
and it's going to tell you where they're at.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's
So
gonna,
if I want to, I can go
Warning,
reduce performance
wire,
mode,
wire.
so it's not chatty Cathy with me all the time, or you can straight up just inhibit it and take it completely out of the loop.
yeah, that's what I'd say to her. Shut up. Yeah. She always thinks I'm gonna kill her.
Absolutely.
Alright, well, we're gonna get on the gun run and see if we can throw this thing out of trim a little bit.
Okay. And I'm right here with you.
Good deal.
Another thing is these are fuel rings, man. So this tells you
sweet.
based off the position you have the collective now. Now, if you jockey around the collective, it'll change, expand, and contract. But this dotted line represents when you get into your low fuel light, and then the solid line is burnout.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, man.
Man, that's.
Heck yeah.
I hate being.
Hopefully it's more accurate than my Dodge.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, I see what you're doing. So you fly sideways while they're shooting.
Yeah, I teach them how to do reverse leads and stuff like
that's
that.
awesome.
That's pretty smart, man.
I'm a little low because I don't want to get any. There we go.
There you
What's
go.
my power doing? God, I got tons of
Yeah,
power.
you got tons of power in this thing, man. That's nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
So this is the hardest one, going back into the wind here. You know, this is
yeah.
where you're really asking a lot of the helicopter to get out of trim and where they can still shoot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She seems to be doing okay.
Yeah, she's doing fine. You can feel every helicopter's got a sweet spot. You can feel like I pushed it a little bit too far there.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, I like that. I'm liking this. This is my cock and balls right here.
Did you design
Oh my God, it is.
Dude, that's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
and we do a little wake surfing and a little wakeboarding there.
Oh,
There
that's
you go.
cool.
Yeah.
You got fish in there?
Oh, but some big fish.
Nice.
We got big fish and big deer.
Man, that's awesome, man.
Are you high fenced?
No, I used to be. I used to have the patent on cloning deer, and then Texas made it illegal for me to clone deer, so I tore all my high fence out.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So that chemical ball I was telling you about, so I spiked this pasture, but then this chemical ball that I invented, we shoot these trees with from the helicopter, and you see where I did this little deal. We're doing a little demonstration. So you see these trees are dying here, these cedar trees.
Yeah. So you can actually pinpoint, isolate which ones.
Yeah, actually I've got guns. You shoot out of the helicopter at them. Yeah, or drones.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. Pulling more power. Man, this thing's got power all day long.
And we are
Really
loaded
does.
to max gross.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't imagine if I kick all y'all out.
yeah. Yeah.
How much fun we could be having.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Power line's coming up. We'll go over them with
This
y'all
time.
in here.
Nice, nice, nice.
So you see on the display that the power lines.
Oh, well, look at them.
Yeah.
So you gonna kill all these cedars up here?
Yeah, we'll eventually get them all over Texas. I got 19 million acres in Texas to do. So that's we're just getting started.
I was about to say, that's pretty good job security.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. The old car.
Yeah. So here's some of the head
you can
plates
tell
and
they've already
stuff.
been tore up, man. Look at that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
What are they typically shooting? Like AR?
Oh,
Or?
we're shooting 5.56.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see. I'll bring you around here. Let me get a little airspeed here, so we can. Oh man, I love this son of a bitch. I'm already in love with the power.
And I don't know if you do night operations.
Well, not in the Robbies.
Okay.
But I've been asked for it, so I don't know.
I was gonna say this works great if you get a goggle program,
Yeah.
even unaided. You got.
Can you get a goggle
visibility.
program here
Yeah.
in the factory?
Oh yeah. Yep. It's
So
about
say-
60 grand for the MVG cert.
So we don't even land when we dump brass bags. We just.
Oh, look at them all in that bucket.
This is the hardest target to hit right here.
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
Yeah, and that's about 1 month of shooting right there.
That's
Holy
awesome,
cow.
man.
Yeah. So normally on a good week we're 6,000 rounds a week.
Yeah. 6,000 rounds a week, man.
Yeah.
That is awesome,
That's a lot.
man.
So do you have a partnership with an ammo company or?
No, we need one. I need one, by God. So accuracy first trains all the snipers, and then the helicopter deal is kind of a new deal. We've been doing it for about 3 years.
Okay.
So that side of the ranch is all just sniper range. I mean, just long range shooting over there.
Oh wow.
How long is the program?
So the guys come in for 5 days.
Yeah.
And they do classroom work in the mornings and then shoot in the afternoons usually.
Dude, that's cool, man.
Yeah. And so then I'll pick them up once a week and take them on this, or depending on what group it is, we might go every day.
Gotcha.
I tell you, the power, I just keep looking to be
Yeah,
in the
to make
yellow,
sure
and
you're
I can't,
yeah.
I don't know how much farther I got to pull this to get it in yellow, but it's like,
Well, you can come to OG Hover if you
Yeah, I
wanted
was about to
and,
say.
and climb it and bump it into the yellow
Okay.
and see how we climb. We'll probably climb at 800 foot a minute. And all the growing pains are done with it, you know, as far as
Yeah.
all the little things that we had problems with early. So it's pretty nice.
here we go.
All right, so just keep pulling. Pull a little bit more. Right
Oop.
there. Nope,
Oh,
you're
You're
good.
fine.
scared me.
You're fine.
It jumped
I'll
for
tell you
that
what,
red pretty fast.
I'm just gonna come on with you right there. I'm gonna hold it right there,
All right.
and now look at how high or how fast we're climbing. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Kind of bumped out of it. But you see how it resets?
Yeah.
So it's not cumulative. So there's 700, 800 foot per minute, 900.
900.
and you can stay in there up to 5
5
minutes.
minutes. Where's my clock at?
It's right here.
Oh, okay, that's
Yep.
my clock.
Or in the bottom left corner.
Oh,
you
hell
got
Or
it.
in there too. Yep.
Okay.
Either way you want
I
to do
got
it.
1,200 foot a minute.
Yeah.
I'm getting a nosebleed. I'm scared of heights.
I
That is-
appreciate you, man, because you know, some people they don't know and they just
Yeah.
whack, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm just guarding, but
Yeah.
you know things, man. I like it. I like it.
Let's go move some cows right quick.
Tell them to wake up or what?
Yeah, well, I just tell them to move it. I bumped them in here this morning.
With the 44?
Yeah.
That's me. I got my crotch in the way.
Yeah. Crotch is too big.
That's what I tell my wife.
Yeah.
You're being filmed.
Yeah.
Oh. But we have an editing process,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's live stream.
Is it?
No.
That's too funny, man.
I tell you, the worst thing about the Robinson when I get shooters in here is that T-handle.
Uh-huh.
They're hitting it with their guns all the time.
Oh, because it's yeah.
Man, I'm
up
telling
like
you,
that, yeah.
it will freaking scare you to death.
And you just have the single side controls in, right?
Yeah, and it
But it
comes
still
up.
hits you?
Yeah, and those guys they'll bring their. We used to have slings. Slings make it worse because then they really bring their gun in. But like they'll bring their gun in for some reason.
Yeah.
And hit it or hook it even, and it's oh my gosh, it'll scare the hell out of you.
Oh man.
Are y'all comfortable back there?
Oh, we're
air-wise?
great. We're wonderful.
Absolutely.
That freaking air is blowing right on me. It feels perfect.
Oh, you got help.
I got my house and hangar all together, my bar.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That is awesome.
That is super cool.
So let's do something.
Yep.
Land it and shut it down.
Well, no way.
Oh yeah.
We'll start it right back up.
Yeah. This is a good thing we always like to show. Usually with law enforcement guys, you know what I mean? But this is the same type of work, right?
So
you're
go to
gonna go to
idle.
idle. Within 30 seconds, that's just a low rotor warning.
Okay.
Within 30 seconds, it's gonna say okay to shut down.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll even get hot in here yet before we get started
Yeah,
again.
especially with landed with the sun guard back.
Yeah.
So if we knew we were shut down, I don't want to kill the air conditioner just yet.
Yeah.
We'll leave
Yeah,
it on. Because you guys are getting a little warm back
We were
there.
talking about how quick it turns down or shuts off. What's the change
All right, so there it
to make
is.
that happen?
Okay.
It's the
we
fade
turn that off.
in a
Turn
different.
your generator off. And then you just push that button in and twist it to the left to off.
And it's a different.
That's it.
Engine
No way.
out.
Yeah.
Engine out.
Now, when it hits 38 with the rotor brake, we're going to just lock it out.
Okay.
And what I want to show you next is probably the most amazing feature of this thing, man. At least in my eyes.
Yeah.
I think it's cool as heck, right?
Well,
So we're waiting on 40, there's 39, 38. So we just go ahead and lock it out. Now, say for whatever reason, somebody calls you up and says, hey, man, we got hogs out here. We need you to come out here ASAP, right?
we got some squirters.
Yeah, we got squirters, right? Now look, the MGT's climbing. It's
Yeah.
steadily going up. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm at 0.
Way too hot.
This is 0.
What about my rotor brake?
We're at
Okay.
We're at fly. Where rotor brake is up. They call you. This is still climbing. Go ahead and do me a favor. Push this in and go to start. It is not going to hot start.
No way.
Yeah.
Look at that. We're going hot.
And it's going to go past where it normally would stop at idle and go all the way up to fly.
Really? 'Cause
Yeah.
you already
that's
got it
beta.
ready to
yeah,
fly.
I got you ready to go fly, man. Just in case you had to get out of here quick,
what-
fast, in a hurry. You know what I mean?
We got this on tape. You fuzz this up.
Oh, no. I wouldn't do it if I didn't believe it. Now, the engine oil temperature has to be above 10 degrees, which it is,
Yeah.
in order to start and fly. I would not recommend starting it every single time and fly.
Right.
I'm just saying it's available and it's published that you can do that if you need to. Once it hits 63, plus or minus 1, generator's coming on. Air conditioner, we like that.
Oh, I love the air conditioner.
It picks
going
up the
good.
load. That's the low rotor. Again, we hear that. That's just a built-in test.
Yep.
And you're ready to go, man.
That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
What was that? 2 minutes, maybe?
Not
From the
even,
whole-
not even
I
2
bet-
minutes.
I bet it wasn't. I didn't time it, but I
Yeah.
bet it wasn't.
That's amazing.
That's pretty
amazing.
neat, ain't it?
That's amazing.
I don't think you like this, Jason.
That's crazy how nice it is.
It's everything we wish the JetRanger was, right? So that's why we called it the JetRanger X.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm not a fan at all of the JetRanger. I'm a fan of this.
I'll be honest with you. With a full load, you're probably not going to get much over 110.
Okay.
If it's just me by myself, I get 120.
Right.
Fuel burns right about here, 210, 220.
Yep.
Yep. What is this? KHHF?
KHF.
I just wanted to show you this feature. Not that you're going to use it, all right? But you might, right? So if I
Yeah.
get my altitude up, where are we at, 3,000? So these
Yep,
little boxes, right? This is
Yep.
called a pathways in the sky.
Oh yeah.
If you put that green, I call it a pepper, but that's not the technical name. But if you put that inside those boxes, that gets you a get home status in case, for whatever reason. I know where we're at, and I know you probably don't get a whole lot of sudden weather,
Yeah.
right? But it's nice to know that if you're doing a ferry flight cross country somewhere, and all of a sudden you get, ground fog just comes out of nowhere, or the ceilings drop, this can actually help you. It's a good tool to get you home, man.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Yep.
Like playing a video game. And then we could kick the autopilot on too.
Yeah, you want to see
Yeah,
that?
yeah, kick it
Okay,
on.
so we're going to go ahead and put that on.
Okay.
I'm going to line this up with nav and altitude, and now you can let go of the cyclic. This is 2-axis, so we still got to utilize the pedals.
Okay.
Yep. Isn't that crazy, though? You can totally let go.
Alright, you can turn that shit off.
Okay. All right, coming back up.
Oh yeah, I want to fly this thing.
There you go, man. We'll put you back on engine page. Yep. It's just nice and smooth, man.
Trey, have you flown this thing yet?
Yes, sir.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Are you impressed as I am?
Yeah, it's sweet. That's why I had to bring it up here.
Yeah, he wouldn't have if he didn't like it.
Yeah. There's like zero freaking turbine lag. I mean,
No, this is
it
really responsive.
It really feels like I'm almost flying a piston. I mean, I've got power any second I want it.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
And we're loaded. Remember that
we're-
too, right?
Yeah, I need to keep
But
it.
we are in gross weight.
Alright, I'll land you. Okay, y'all get your ass out. I'm going by myself.
So as you can see, four or five full-size adults, we had to have about a half a bag of gas, a little over half a bag. So you're going to trade that fifth person for more gas.
The skids are in a different spot than I'm used
It
to.
is. So the toes are really right where our seat of our
Yeah.
pants are. So we're sitting forward of it. It makes it a little awkward until you get used to it. That's it. Yeah, you just go down the aisle. Then you press that button.
No, I got it all figured out. I don't even need you anymore.
He goes, go get outside.
Yeah,
Sonny, get out.
get your ass out of there.